I was a little bit afraid of, okay, I need to move, pack my stuff, and
Science sisters, they're here to talk.
I'm quitting. Goodbye. Having to pack again my life. Why am I here? No, in that case, I was homeless. Like my TV is getting longer and longer. Where should I start?
Science sisters, let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Science Sisters. I'm your host Iris van Zelst and today I'm joined by Silvia Brizzi, who is a postdoc, and we are going to be talking about the famous postdoc hop. So, Silvia, you are currently on your third postdoc contract. You're currently a postdoc at the Roma Tre University in Italy, but before that you've been in the US for a while and you have been in Parma, Italy as well. So, how has that been for you?
Okay, where should I start? Okay. So, no, I think like the first time I moved from Rome, because I did my PhD and my studies in Rome. So, and then I accepted this postdoc at Parma, and I think it was exciting. I was a little bit afraid of, okay, I need to move, pack my stuff, and, do everything that comes with moving, of course. But yeah, the first time I think it has been very nice. Because I was starting in a new place, new colleagues, new city. Parma is in Italy, so not too far from Rome. So I had the opportunity also like to visit during the weekend. So it was okay. I think it was like a really nice experience. But then, yes, I moved to the US. And then, that was also kind of exciting at the beginning. But I've also been not very lucky because I moved to the US and then COVID started. And then I was like, why am I here? Yeah. And like, I don't know anybody. I'm stuck at home. I had my boyfriend there. So it was okay-ish, but still, lockdown. And then my family was in Italy. And then like COVID was really bad in the beginning in Italy. So I was also like a little bit, worried about my parents, my family. And then I think everything got better. But the moving back to Rome, it was really a nightmare because my contract my apartment contract was ending in November, but I wouldn't have left Austin until like December. So I had 1 month and I was just like moving from one Airbnb to another Airbnb. And then there was the conference, like the AGU. So I went there. So, and I have been living for a month with my luggages, which wasn't nice at all. And of course, I had to ship stuff back to Italy, and then I had to sell things that I bought and that I couldn't carry with me, of course. So that was absolutely not nice. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, you also didn't necessarily want to leave Austin. And you also didn't have a contract in Rome when you moved back to Rome. Right?
No. So yeah, my contract in Austin ended in February, but I thought to leave before just because, it was Christmas. And then I just thought I didn't have an apartment. So I just thought, okay, maybe it's better if I just move back home and I, celebrate Christmas with my parents and family. But yeah, no, I didn't have a job. I started like this new postdoc here in Roma Tre, where everything started in May officially, because of like paperwork and like bureaucracy here can be very slow. But
I know.
So yeah, and I'll be working here until December.
Okay.
Yes. And then what's next? I don't know. Maybe another postdoc somewhere else in the world, which really scares me, to be honest.
Why?
Yeah. Because because on one side, like I think it's very nice. Like the job we do, like being a postdoc is nice because you get to travel, you can live in other countries, cities for like an amount of time. So that is nice. But everything that comes with moving, to me, it's getting not really nice. Like the idea of having to pack my life again to move. I don't know where. It's tiring, I think.
I agree.
Sometimes you lose money because, for example, my apartment in Austin, it was not furnished when I got it, so I had to buy the bed, the sofa, pens and everything, basically everything you need to live, and I didn't get to sell everything that I bought, of course. So
also the shipping of stuff, like the physical moving, is expensive. And I don't know if you've ever had contracts that gave some kind of relocation costs, but my contracts have always been like, you've been hired, great, now make sure to get here and we'll see you soon. I'm like,
the one time I got this relocation money was when I was moving from Italy to Austin. They gave me like $1,000.
Did that cover your flight?
No, of course not. No, I mean, it did cover my flight, but that's the only thing that was not the only, but a lot of money went to buying ticket to go there because flights are expensive, and I was moving with my cat as well. Then you have to pay extra money if you want your cat to be with you.
I mean, also depending on how it goes, like you can have overlapping rents, or you're homeless for a while, like you.
In that case I was homeless for like when I got back from Parma, and then before moving to Austin I was at my boyfriend's place, so I wasn't paying them, thankfully. But I mean, it was not really my place.
So have your contracts been well, obviously there was a few months between Austin, Texas and Rome, but was there also a gap between Parma and Texas?
Parma and Texas? No, not really. Because my postdoc in Parma was 2 years long, and I left, let's say, after 1.5 years, 1 and 6 months later. So I had to say, I'm quitting, goodbye. But job was better, more fun stuff to do in Austin. So
you had to.
Yeah. And then COVID. But
and now, so now you need to find another job, I guess, already, which is annoying because you just started in May 2022 and it ends in December 2022. So short contract.
8 months. I mean, everything was supposed to start end of February, something like that, a little bit before, but again, bureaucracy. I need to find something else.
Okay.
And am I working on that? Not really yet, but I will, I guess.
But so question, are you being picky in finding another postdoc job? Like, do you want to really get another postdoc regardless of where it is? Or are you a bit picky about the country? Or are you starting to look into maybe longer term jobs as well?
I mean, I'm not looking at longer term jobs, but exactly. I feel I need to do that.
Well, you don't need to do anything.
No, you're right. But maybe that would be a better thing to do, for my future.
Depends on what kind of future you want.
I don't know. Sometimes I think I did everything wrong, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Maybe you that I shouldn't have studied earth science and because everything started from that, this kind of rabbit hole I am now, you know what I mean?
But you can still get out if you want.
It just feels sometimes that I can't do anything else.
But
what do I do?
You have lots of transferable skills.
Maybe I'm not good enough to see my transferable skills and sell them well to the working world. I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's a skill in itself, recognizing
that I don't have any other skill.
No, I mean it's a skill to see which skills because I guess it's because we've been so focused on academia. It's the one path and the postdoc and the lectureship and the whatever, but there's actually way more jobs out there than academia, which apparently can also be really fun, and you would obviously be a very valuable asset to those jobs. You just don't often realize it because you're not used to thinking what they are looking looking for. Like, for example,
Yeah.
problem solving skills and independently working. We're pretty good at that. Like, that's basically our
When we don't cry.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, the crying they can just, take as an asset, like, making the workplace a more accessible place for people that cry. We can be the leaders in that. But
yeah, because it's also that it takes time to either find a new postdoc or anyway like a job.
Oh my god, applying for jobs is a full-time job.
Yeah, and I'm working and I still have stuff to do for my previous postdoc.
Oh yeah,
and the one in Parma too. So
I know how you feel.
Yeah, so I feel I'm drowning. Like my to-do list like keeps getting longer and longer and longer, and it seems I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing enough.
But I think the case there is that you have, if you're just working on one project, there can be continuous progress and maybe hopefully a lot of progress. But if you're spread out in projects, as we are, and probably the people higher up as well, then everything I feel always kind of moves forward, just very slowly.
Very slowly.
There's always some progress,
that's true,
but just incredibly slowly. So you are doing something, which is good.
No, I mean I'm working anyway, and every day I promise. I am working, but and then I say, okay, next week I'm just gonna focus on that so that I can see some real progress, and then something happens and you don't do what you plan to do. And so but maybe like outreach would be like a fun thing to do, probably like as a job, I mean, not just for free, because it's fun for free also, but like if you get paid, it's even better, to be honest.
But actually a lot of people do have there are starting to be jobs as outreach people in universities or museums. I think that would be a great job as well. Or like research project manager, like if you're the project manager of one of these big topics, that could also be cool.
No, yeah, absolutely. But again, you need to see it and then think and then say, okay, it's time. Like, and also like I'm always wondering, like, what if I make a mistake? Like, okay, maybe I start looking for some other thing to do. What if it ends up like nowhere and I have like maybe getting back to another postdoc, or I don't know, like a tenure track potentially? That would be great. But then some times has passed and then you don't it's not easy, I feel.
Yeah, well, in regards to this, there is actually an interview on Science Sisters from season 1 where I talked to someone who now has a lectureship, like permanent position at university, while she previously didn't work in academia for like 12 years or something. So
okay.
Yeah, there's definitely some movability. It's just kind of ingrained in our minds that it's just a one-way street to get there.
No,
but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And then if you would like to do a tenure track down the line, which obviously is very hard to get, I do realize that, but maybe if you've done some outreach before, if you've tried that can be an asset, because you do know what it's like to work in industry as well, and how to engage.
Even though like my job interviews, people seem to not care about outreach, like, oh, good, nice, but let's get back to what you want to do,
I see.
Which I agree, like of course you're not paid for doing outreach, right? But
no, not officially, but I would still argue it's part of the job, as in like the job of being a scientist. I think includes more than research and teaching. It's also a shitload of administration, outreach, supervision.
I agree. And I always try to go there, in the outreach direction, and they're just like, oh, that's nice, but we don't care.
So like in summary, what do you think of the postdoc hop? Hopping countries, hopping institutes on these short-term contracts. How do you feel about this part of academia, of your life?
Okay, maybe I'm in a my life stage, or like where I would want to stop hopping. Honestly, I would like to settle, buy a house, and feel that I'm stable somewhere. Because also with friendships, you make new friends, and then you have to say goodbye, and then you don't know when you would see those people again, and that is very sad. That I don't think I can do it like more than 2 other times. And I think too, like it's already a lot enough.
I mean, there's also a difference between moving within a country, where you can still visit, and then moving countries.
Like, I want to settle. So my sister, she's younger than me. She's 4 years younger than me. She works and she's buying a home. And it's like, because she's getting like
a mortgage?
Yes, exactly. Because she has a permanent job.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah, and my mom was like, I'm so worried. You will never buy a home. And I'm just like, Mom, please don't tell me. Like, don't say it, you know.
I have exactly the same.
I know, but you don't have to remind me. Me and my dad, we're really worried for you. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm worried for myself too. Can we just not make it like a big deal, please? No?
Yeah, exactly. And the same thing with pensions. I don't know if you had a pension in the US or how that works.
I have. I'm not even sure like how much, because you know, like the retirement system can be pretty complicated. So I know for sure that I got some money for my pension, but now I'm not working anymore in the US.
Where is it? How are you going to get it?
I have no idea. So I have been trying to figure that out because of my mom. So I'm trying. But you know, Italy might not be that easy. Hopefully I will be successful. And I'm getting some kind of money here for the pension too.
Okay.
But I don't think I will ever get to the stage to be able to retire with the money that I got working with postdocs, right? You gotta make harder in your career. And then in that case, you might see a pension, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
So, but this is something that I really don't want to think about because it's depressing.
Me too.
So I'm just like, okay, I feel I'm young enough. I still don't need a pension. A salary is fine, you know? So.
Wow, what a life I could have had. I think it's wise to recognize where your talents are, and administration and finances is not one of my talents.
Oh, yeah.
Which is terrible if you do the postdoc hop thing, because then you're forced to go through that, and you have like so many bank accounts and things, and taxes, and I'm sure I'm messing up something, and I'm definitely not doing it intentionally.
Taxes, exactly.
Sometimes.
But I am so worried. I know, I'm so worried that at some point I'll get a letter from like the government, US government, saying IRS, saying you owe us money.
I just love that this talk about postdoc hopping has turned into pensions and taxes and us being confused and worrying about our future. Oh, fantastic. I mean, when we started talking, I was like, okay, maybe we're heading here. But leading up to this and like, what are we going to talk about? I was like, oh, it's going to be about what the US is like.
The US is just like the movies, but I had a lot of fun there. I would move back, honestly. And I also feel that there are more positions opened for a tenure track because there are also like private university. So, you know, maybe you will end up, you know, in the middle of nowhere.
But you would have a tenure track.
Yeah. Exactly. And then once you get like a permanent position, then you are more of an asset for like another university, right? And what I think I'm not sure if it's like common, like also here in Europe, but you get to negotiate.
I think
I didn't negotiate, of course. I wasn't given the opportunity.
I think you need to take the opportunity. Like that's the difficult part. But yeah, I think you can negotiate here. Only you just need to be really like you need to initiate it.
Absolutely. So so getting back to the picky question, like I feel,
which I asked 40 minutes ago.
I feel I am picky because maybe if I'm desperate, in that case I wouldn't be that picky. But so for example, I wouldn't want to move somewhere where English is not like first language.
I mean,
that gets really difficult.
Let me say that it's very stupid of us to say on camera on the internet that we would never consider certain countries while we are looking for jobs.
So wait a minute. Right. Okay, so let's just stop this. And then about being picky, absolutely not. Now I don't feel I'm picky. No. I'm
We
ready
would
to explore the world.
We would
Yeah.
accept any and every job that comes our
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yep.
To conclude, postdoc hop is nice at the beginning and then gradually becomes less exciting. So, Silvia, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
If you have any questions about the postdoc hop, or you have comments or ideas, you've experienced it, please do share your thoughts, because we are very much in this phase of our academic career and we want to vent frustration together. And otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked it, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye. Got this.
I don't want to deal with this shit when I'm 65. I tried to be picky and I really wanted to stay in England, and I am now in Germany.
Oh shit. Is this gonna be over soon? I'm having a lot of fun, but again, I have to go home.